Technology and science are always evolving and improving. This offers up an entirely new exploration route, not just for the foreseeable future or current and prospective means of enhancing our huge knowledge and comprehension of the universe, but rather for earlier discoveries. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 strange discoveries. Three-year-old lost in the woods says a bear watched over him. Casey Hathaway, a 3-year-old lad who had walked away from his grandmother's property and mysteriously disappeared for 2 days, was discovered unharmed in the forests of eastern North Carolina after a bear kept an eye on him. According to authorities, Casey Hathaway weighs approximately 25 pounds and stands 2 foot 4 inches tall. Prior to his disappearance, he was playing with 2 other children in his grandmother's yard in Ernle, North Carolina. Before phoning 911, his family looked for him for 45 minutes. Nothing was known about the young boy's comings and goings, as a minute eventually turned into hours, and hours later turned into days. A desperate search for little Casey was ongoing in Craven County, North Carolina. Through sniffing through all the icy trees and bushes, police dogs were able to assist in the search. Casey's family attempted to contact God and open their minds up to the very worst scenario. Adverse weather conditions well below 0 degrees spurred a search that included helicopters, drones, canine units, divers, and scores of volunteers, as well as fears that Casey was not suited for the cold. The FBI, NCIS, Craven County Emergency Management, and the United States Marine Corps were all involved in the search for the youngster. The wind and rain had become so terrible that law enforcement agencies advised volunteers to please stay away. A few days later, though, Casey was discovered, repeatedly calling for his mother approximately a couple of miles away, 40 to 50 yards deep in the forest. He was already drenched, freezing, and entangled in thorn bushes. How did he get in there, and how did he manage to survive? Nobody knows what Casey was up to throughout his 3-day disappearance, and we may never really find out. Hughes said on Friday that the boy is a survivor, pointing out that searchers had to wade through waist-high water to reach him. Casey survived with only a few scratches and stated that all he needed was just some water and his mother. Casey, however, was taken to a nearby medical facility where he could restore some of his energy and return to his parents. Casey revealed something quite extraordinary to his mother in the medical facility, saying that a bear cared for him when he was stranded in the forest. His aunt said that he hung out with a bear for 2 days. God had sent him a companion to keep him alive, and that God is indeed a good God. Casey's account of the bear has made international news since that day, with several disputing if such a thing actually happened. Some scoffed at the story, claiming it to be a work of fiction. But Chris Norcott, a wildlife photographer who spends more time with black bears in North Carolina than almost anyone else, believes that the tale could be accurate, as he had heard similar stories before. According to the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission, the black bear is the only breed of bear present in North Carolina, and there were roughly 17,000 of them in the state in 2012. Berries, nuts, and small animals are among its favorite foods, and they rarely assault humans. Amanda Eller was found 2 weeks after disappearing in a forest on Maui. According to her relatives and a media page dedicated to the search, a 35-year-old physiotherapist and yoga teacher who mysteriously disappeared several weeks ago in Makawao Forest Reserve on Maui, Hawaii, has been rescued safely. 3 volunteers frantically searching the forest reserve by chopper discovered Amanda Eller close to a dry riverbed between 2 waterfalls. Eller was hurt, according to the Maui News, but no further details were given. Pictures on the search's media page portrayed her with severely wounded and swollen feet, as well as being dirty. "Guys, we achieved it. We located her," said Javier Cantalopes, who had been part of a circle of family and friends who spent most of the past days looking for her. Cantalopes, a veteran Special Operations Airborne Ranger with the 3rd Ranger Battalion of the 75th Ranger Regiment, claimed he and other rescuers, Chris Berquist and Troy Helmers, have been combing a region far east of previous search missions before they noticed Ella inside a dry riverbed between 2 waterfalls. The place was far east of the Bamboo Forest and Commando Trail, according to Cantalops. Berquist, who was in the chopper, said she was waving up at us while we were in the aircraft, so he brought her out safe and sound. Ella seems to be in the same astonishingly good form we know her to always be in, members of the family stated on Friday night, taking into consideration the fact that she was last seen 17 days ago. According to the medical report, she had no fractured bones and was quite conscious and extremely cognizant, despite minor scrapes and considerable exposure to the sun. During a press conference with Maui 24/7, Amanda's dad, John Eller, told reporters they discovered her in a deep creek bed, obviously totally incapable to get out, as I comprehend it. I believe she had a terrific fall. ABC News reported that Amanda had been surviving on river water and vegetables during the days she spent in the riverbed. It was reported that Ella got trapped in the Makawao Forest Reserve on May 8th after heading to a local post office. Somewhere at the bottom of the Kahakapau Trail, Ella's vehicle was discovered. Ella's family made a $50,000 offer to anybody with relevant knowledge about what they suspected was a kidnapping just hours before she was discovered by the three rescuers. David Barclay Miller's disappearance. Around May 19, 1998, David Barclay Miller, a 22-year-old hiker, was last seen departing on a 2.5-day hike in Sedona, Arizona. At the time of his disappearance, Mr. Miller was an excellent hiker and a regular staff member with the U.S. Forestry Service. On May 19th, colleagues noticed him somewhere at Beaver Creek Ranger Station, where he said that he intended to go for a hike in the Red Rock Secret Mountain Wilderness area. Miller did not come back from his expedition, and he has never been seen since. At the Volti Arch Trail in Sedona, Arizona, David's car was discovered abandoned. Before his disappearance, he was 5'11" and weighed 160 pounds, dressed in what seemed like a t-shirt, shorts, and black hiking boots, and carried a forest green Gregory bag. He wore spectacles or contact lenses and had sandy blonde hair with blue or grey eyes. Many search teams were dispatched to the Red Rock Secret Mountain Wilderness area in the hopes of finding him. Friends and families have organized a series of search parties. Several sums of money were offered to anyone who could provide concrete information on his whereabouts, but none of them were successful. After several months, the search for David was called off. It has now been 12 years, and there's been no trace of him. But what do you make of these stories? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.